You are 34. You have $3,800 in your account. Your coworker makes the same salary. She has $180,000. The difference is not your income. The difference is not your opportunities. The difference is one decision you made 10 years ago and repeated every single month until it became who you were. This is your life pretending to be rich for 10 years. You are 24. A Friday in June. Your first real paycheck from your first real job. $3,400 after tax. You hold your phone and look at the number in your banking app for a long time. It is the most money you have ever had in one place. You feel something. You do not have a word for it yet. Later you will understand that the word was possibility and that this was the last Friday it felt that clean. That evening, your new coworkers invite you to dinner. A restaurant downtown with no prices on the menu, which you will later learn means the prices are on the menu, just on the other menu, the one you did not receive. You order what sounds right. You drink what is poured, the bill comes. Someone says, let's just split it. The split is $94. You pay it, you smile, you say the food was great, you go home, you open the banking app, the number is smaller, you close the app. You tell yourself this is what adults do. You are not wrong. You are just not asking which adults and why and at what cost. You are 25. You lease a car. It is not the car you need. It is the car that says the thing you want to say when you pull into the office parking lot. The payment is $510 a month. Insurance is $180. You tell yourself it is an investment in your professional image. You read this phrase somewhere. You will repeat it for years. Your colleague named Harriet drives a 2016 Honda that she owns outright. Harriet packs lunch. Harriet has a thermos. You feel sorry for Harriet in a way that requires you to not look at Harriet too closely or too long. You buy coffee every morning from a place that writes your name on the cup. You like seeing your name on the cup. It costs $7.40 with the almond milk. You do not do the math on $7.40 times 22 working days a month. If you did the math, you would stop. You do not do the math. You are 26. You move into a new apartment. It is $400 more a month than your old one. The bathroom has a rainfall shower head and a medicine cabinet with a mirror that lights up around the edges. You take a photo of the bathroom the day you move in. You post it. 41 people like it. You feel the 41 likes in a specific place in your chest that you will spend the next 8 years chasing. A work friend named Daniel asks how you afford it. You say you made some adjustments. You say it the way people say it when they have not made any adjustments. You have not made any adjustments. You have simply moved money from a savings account that was not growing into an expense that is not building anything, and called it a lifestyle. The rainfall shower is genuinely excellent. You stand in it for 11 minutes every morning. You cannot afford the 11 minutes, but you do not know that yet. You are 27. Your credit card balance is $8,400. You have 3 cards. You know the balance on none of them with precision. You know the minimums. You pay the minimums. You tell yourself you will pay them down when things settle. Things do not settle. Things are not a body of water. Things are a series of decisions, and your decisions are a current running in one direction, and the direction is not towards settled. You go to a wedding in Charleston. You buy a suit for the wedding. The suit is $680. You put it on the card with the most room. You look extraordinary in the suit. 3 people say so. You feel $680 worth of extraordinary for approximately 1 evening. You fly home. You put the suit in the closet. You never wear it again. Not because it doesn't fit, because the next wedding has a different dress code and the one after that is in July and the suit is wool. And by the time there is a wool-appropriate wedding, you have gained 12 pounds in the way people gain weight when they are eating at restaurants 4 nights a week, because cooking at home feels like admitting something. The suit hangs in the closet for 4 years. Eventually, you donate it. You do not think about the $680 when you donate it. You have learned not to think about specific numbers. You are 28, a Saturday afternoon, a furniture store with a financing offer. 0% for 24 months. You buy a sectional sofa, a coffee table, a floor lamp, and a set of dining chairs. The total is $4,200. You tell yourself 0% is basically free. You tell yourself your apartment deserves this. You tell yourself people who come over will see it and understand something about you. People come over, they sit on the sectional. They say it is comfortable. No one understands anything about you from the sectional. You are the only one who needed the sectional to say something, and the sectional is furniture, and furniture does not speak. The 0% period ends 24 months later. You have paid $800 of the $4,200. The remaining $3,400 begins accruing interest at 26.99%. You read the notice. You put it in a drawer. You close the drawer. You sit on the sectional. It is still comfortable. This somehow makes it worse. You are 29. You take a trip to Portugal. You have wanted to go since you were 22. This is true, and the trip is real, and Portugal is genuinely beautiful, and you stand on a cliff above the Atlantic on a Tuesday morning and feel something that has nothing to do with money. You spend $6,200 on the trip. $1,800 goes on a card. The photos are extraordinary. The memories are real. You come home and put the $1,800 on the card and look at your bank account and feel the specific dread that lives in the gap between what a trip looked like on Instagram and what it looks like on a credit card statement in your kitchen at 11 p.m. on a Wednesday. A woman named Rosa from your office took the same trip 2 years ago. Rosa saved for 8 months first. Rosa came home with no new debt and a small ceramic rooster she bought at a market for €4. Rosa still has the rooster on her desk. You have 340 photos on your phone and $1,800 on a card and the dread. Rosa looks at your photos. Rosa says it is beautiful. You say it is. You are both telling the truth. Only one of you is also telling the whole truth. You are 30. Your combined credit card debt is $19,000. You know this because a bank sends you a letter about a consolidation loan, and the letter lists your balances from 3 bureaus, and the number is $19,000. And you sit with that number in a way you have not sat with a number since the first paycheck. You call your friend Marcus. Marcus is 31. Marcus lives in a 1-bedroom apartment with a mattress he's had since graduate school and a net worth of $94,000. You have never been to Marcus's apartment. You have always suggested restaurants when you see Marcus, restaurants you cannot afford, because Marcus's apartment makes you feel something you do not want to feel. You tell Marcus the number. Marcus does not say anything for a moment. Marcus says, "Okay, do you want to fix it or do you want to feel bad about it?" You say you want to fix it. Marcus says, "Then write it down." You say, "What do you mean?" He says, "Write the number on a piece of paper, all 3 cards, the balances, the rates, the minimums. Write it on paper with a pen and look at it." You say that sounds terrible. He says, "It is. Do it anyway." You do it. It takes 12 minutes. You look at the paper for a long time. You have not looked at the whole picture in one place before. You have been managing the feeling, not the fact. The fact is $19,000. The fact does not care how the sectional looks. You are 31. You stop pretending. Not all at once. Not cleanly. It is not a single decision the way the beginning was a single decision. It is a series of small surrenders. You stop going to the restaurants. Not all of them. The ones where you split the bill and the split is $94. You start suggesting places where the split is $28. 2 people say you've changed. You say yes. You let it sit there. You do not explain. You make coffee at home 4 days a week. You keep the $7.40 day. You need it. You allow yourself the one. You stop needing it to feel like something and start letting it just be coffee. You do not renew the car lease. You buy a 2019 Civic from a private seller for $14,000. You finance $9,000 of it. The payment is $190 a month. You drive it to work. You park it next to Harriet's Honda. Harriet does not say anything. Harriet never needed to say anything. Harriet was always just Harriet, driving her paid-off car, eating her packed lunch, watching you perform. You sit in the Civic in the parking lot for a moment. You think about the lease. You think about $510 a month for 5 years. You think about $30,600 and the professional image it was supposed to build, and the image it actually built, which was only ever visible to you in your own head at $510 a month. You go inside, you sit at your desk, you open a spreadsheet, you type the number $19,000 at the top. You are 32. The debt is $11,400. You paid $7,600 in 14 months. You did it by finding the money that was always there, hiding inside the performance. The daily coffee saves $118 a month. The car saves $320. The restaurant saved $200 on a conservative month. The subscriptions you canceled saves $94. The money was always there. It was just wearing a costume. Harriet asks you to lunch. You go to the place near the office that does the $9 grain bowls. You have been to this place dozens of times alone. You have never been with Harriet. Harriet is interesting. Harriet has been to 14 countries. Harriet is saving to buy land in Vermont. Harriet has a laugh that takes up a whole room, and Harriet does not seem to need the room to know she belongs in it. You think about the years you felt sorry for Harriet. You eat your grain bowl. You feel something you will later identify as embarrassment, but which also contains something useful inside it, the way an unpleasant thing sometimes does. You are 33. The credit card debt is gone. The last payment is on a Thursday in March. You sit at your kitchen table with the confirmation email on your laptop. The sectional is still there. The floor lamp is still there. You look at them. They are just a sofa and a lamp now. They were always just a sofa and a lamp. The $4,200 was not in the furniture. The $4,200 was in something you were trying to tell yourself and could have told yourself for free. You call Marcus. You tell him the number is 0. Marcus says, "Good, now start." You say, "Start what?" He says, "The thing you were supposed to be doing for 9 years." You say it is a little late. Marcus says, "It is late, do it anyway." You open a brokerage account. You set a transfer for $600 a month. You look at the screen for a while. You think about $600 a month starting at 24 instead of 33. You close the laptop. You do not let yourself do the math on that one. Some math you do not do. You do it once and you never do it again, and then you get up and you move. You are 34. The account has $14,200. It has been 14 months. It is not $180,000. It is not where Harriet is, or where Marcus is, or where the version of you that started at 24 would be. It is $14,200 more than 0, and it is going in one direction, and the direction is not the direction you spent 10 years going. A new hire starts at your company. She is 24. Her name is Priya. Priya has her first real paycheck. You watch her at the dinner where the bill comes and someone says, "Let's just split it." You watch Priya's face when the split is $94. You watch her pay it. You watch her smile. You watch her say the food was great. You do not say anything that night. The next morning you find her in the kitchen at the coffee machine. You say, "The dinners are fun, but they add up." She looks at you. She says, "I know, but I don't want to seem..." She stops. You say, "Seem what?" She says, "Cheap, behind, like I can't keep up." You look at her. You think about the suit in Charleston. You think about 41 likes. You think about the sectional and the word basically free in the drawer you put the notice in. You say, "No one keeping up is actually keeping up." She looks at you. You say, "The ones who look like they're keeping up are financing it. The ones who aren't financing it stopped caring about keeping up. There is no third group." She is quiet. You say, "Open a spreadsheet tonight. Write down everything you spent this month. Everything. Do it once. Just once." She says, "That sounds terrible." You say, "It is. Do it anyway." You go back to your desk. Your account has $14,200 in it. It is not enough. It is not close to enough. But it is yours and it is real, and no one can take a photo of it, and no one will like it, and it does not care what it looks like in a parking lot. It is just a number, a real one, pointing in the right direction. Maybe you're Priya, 24, paying the $94 split, learning the cost of belonging. Maybe you're still in the lease, still on the minimums, still managing the feeling instead of the fact. Maybe you're somewhere in the middle, half performing, half awake, not sure which half is winning. Either way, there is a spreadsheet waiting. Whether you open it is up to you.